There was a time before empires, before borders were drawn, and before history had a center. The world was divided, not by nations, but by tribes. Small, independent, isolated, each one living on its own land, following its own rules, answering to no one. Between them, there was distance, mountains that could not be crossed, deserts that swallowed men whole, no roads, no shared system, only separation. And because of that, no tribe was ever truly strong. But in the east, something began to change. Among the Persians, a new kind of leader emerged. His name was Cyrus, Cyrus of Persia. Not just a warrior, but a man who saw beyond battle. He understood something others did not, that true power was not in destruction, it was in unity. Cyrus did not seek to erase the tribes. He did not demand they become the same. Instead, he offered them something new, a place within a larger order, not as subjects, but as part of something greater. And so, the tribes came together. This was the idea that changed everything. You can remain who you are and still belong to something larger. And from that idea, the Persian Empire was born, not as chaos, but as design. The Persians did something no one had done before. They created a system, a way to govern many peoples without destroying their identity. Each region kept its customs, its language, its traditions, but above all of them, there was structure. And to hold it together, they built roads, long roads, endless roads, across mountains, through deserts, between distant cities. These were not simple paths. These were the arteries of an empire. Messages traveled across these roads, fast, relentless. Riders moved day and night, never stopping, never slowing. Because for the Persians, speed meant control, and control meant stability. An empire must be protected. The Persians built an army, disciplined, organized, unified, not just strength, but order. They moved as one, and that is what made them powerful. But what made the Persians different was not just their reach, it was their understanding. They knew that ruling many people required more than force. It required balance. They did not erase cultures. They did not impose one identity. Instead, they allowed diversity to exist. And in doing so, they created loyalty. But an empire is not held by armies alone. It must be governed. The Persians chose balance. Different peoples, different cultures, one system. They did not erase differences. They connected them. And that is what made the empire last. The Persian Empire did not grow because it destroyed everything in its path. It grew because it connected everything, because it organized what was once divided, because it gave structure to chaos, And for the first time in history, the world saw something new. Not just power, but system. Not just conquest, but continuity. The rise of the Persians was not just the rise of a civilization. It was the birth of empire itself.